Hey there, everyone. I apologize for getting on so late. I really do need to set a timer or a reminder on my phone. Sundays have kind of started to get a little full. Not that I'm not going to not do this. It's just by the end of the day, and I'm going down and going, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Again, I don't want to forget this. This is an important thing for me, and I believe a big responsibility that I do not take lightly. So I am going to try to be more consistent about doing it earlier in the day rather than right now at this time of night. But here we go. I apologize for the background noise of trains potentially. We just have like 2 go through behind our house. And so today the reading is in Jeremiah 6, again, reading out of the Passion Translation, and we'll be posting all of the pages along with the footnotes below in Facebook, and then in a separate post. I still haven't figured out how to do that on YouTube, but I will make a separate post catching us out all the way up on there, so you have everything for that as well. So, in saying all that, let's read Jeremiah 6 in the Passion Translation. Jerusalem surrounded. People of Benjamin, flee for your lives. Leave Jerusalem. Blow the shofar to warn the city of Tekoa. Send up a smoke signal at Beth Hakerem. For disaster looms out of the north. A great destruction threatens you. Daughter Zion, you are so lovely and delicate, but I will destroy you. As shepherds pasture many flocks all around a city, so the camps of enemy soldiers encircle you like many flocks of grazing sheep. In the morning, the soldiers will say, "Come on, prepare for war. We attack Jerusalem at noon." But later, as the sun grows hot, they will complain, "Woe to us, for the day is fading, and the shadows of evening grow long. Arise, let us go up and attack tonight. Then we will easily destroy her strongholds." Here is what Yahweh, commander of angel armies, says. Cut down the trees and set up a siege ramp against Jerusalem. This is a city ripe for punishment because she is riddled with brutal oppression. As a spring pours out its fresh water, so she pours out her fresh evil. All I see are the sick and wounded. The violence and destruction within her cry out. Learn your lesson, Jerusalem, lest I turn my back on you in disgust and make the whole land desolate, a land where no one lives. Rebellious Israel. Yahweh, the commander of angel armies, says, as one gleans the grapes that remain in a vineyard, those who remain of Israel will be gleaned. As the hand of the grape gatherer goes through the vines one last time, the Babylonians will glean what the Assyrians leave behind. If I speak to warn the remnant of Israel, no one will listen. Their ears are blocked, and they are incapable of hearing. The word of Yahweh has become an object of scorn. It's no longer a pleasure for them. The fury of Yahweh has filled them, and I am weary of trying to hold it in. Pour it out on every child playing in the street, on the young men gathered there. Women and men alike will be taken captive, both the middle-aged and those advanced in years. Strangers will seize their homes, their fields, and their wives. For I will stretch out my hand against the inhabitants of the land. I, Yahweh, have spoken. No peace. From the smallest to the greatest, they are greedy for corrupt prophets, prophet and priest alike. They all practice deceit. They treat the wounds of my people as though they were scratches. They say, peace, everything is well, when there is no peace and nothing is well. Although they have acted shamefully and committed abhorrent acts, they feel no shame. They don't even know how to blush. They will fall among the fallen and stumble in their time of reckoning. I, Yahweh, have spoken. Find a resting place. Yahweh said to his people, stand at the crossroads. Now consider your ways and ask for the ancient paths. Which is God's way? Walk on his path and you'll enjoy a resting place for yourselves. But they said, we will not. That's not the path we want. Yahweh said, I raised up prophetic watchmen to warn you. Pay attention to the sound of the shofar. Still they replied, we will not. Hear well then, O nations, and observe as witnesses what's in store for them. Hear, O earth, I am bringing a catastrophe to these people, the fruit of their own evil schemes. For they refuse to listen to my words and threw all my instructions and warnings to the wind. Obedience greater than sacrifice. What use to me is all this frankincense that you've imported from Sheba and all these exotic spices from distant lands? I will not accept your burnt offerings. The aroma of your sacrifices is no longer sweet to me. So this is what Yahweh has said. I will put obstacles before these people and they will stumble and fall over them. Fathers and children, neighbors and friends, all will die. Invasion from the north. This is what Yahweh has said. Look, they're coming. Warriors approach from the north, from the remote parts of the earth. A great nation is preparing for war. Armed with bows and spears, they are merciless and cruel. The sound of their armies riding their horses is like the roaring sea. The cavalry is formed for battle and ready to attack you, O fair Zion. The people say, we have heard the news and our strength fails. Like a woman in childbirth, we are in agony, seized with pain. Don't go into the field. Stay off the streets. For our enemies are armed and there is terror on every side. My dear people, it's time to mourn. Put on sackcloth and sprinkle ashes on yourselves. Mourn as you would for an only child. Wail bitterly, for suddenly the destroyer will be upon us. Yahweh said to me, I have made you as one who tests metals among my people. In the same way a person tests metal, you will perceive and test their ways. They are the most stubborn of rebels. Each one spreads slander and practices dishonesty. They are as hard as bronze and iron. Though the bellows blow fiercely, yet the smelter smelts to no avail. Fire melts and burns away the lead, but my refining fire fails to separate the dross of their wickedness. They are called rejected silver, for Yahweh has rejected them. Another hard word. Through the word, Jeremiah chapter 6. And like I said, I will be posting the pictures of the chapters so that you can read the footnotes if you so desire. I'll be working on getting that done for the YouTube channel as well, but Facebook usually is pretty quickly, right away, it's on there. So like I said, I'm going to put a reminder in my phone so that I can get consistent with what time I'm going live to read every Sunday. And I also realized about halfway through reading that I had not sent out a reminder or a notification, because honestly, I realized it, and like 10 minutes later I was on. I realized, oh, I haven't done that yet today, and it's important and needs to happen before I go to bed. So, yeah, working on being consistent on that side of things, because I do want to let you guys know before I go live, so that if you are wanting to listen and read along on your side, you are able to do that, kind of clear your schedule for 10, 15 minutes, however long, like 10 minutes, to be able to do that on Sundays if you so desire. So anyway, that was chapter 6. I'll make sure that you get the pictures of the pages here shortly on Facebook, and then a little bit later on YouTube. But other than that, have a good rest of your night, and I will be back next Sunday for Jeremiah chapter 7.